Let's start with basic spiking. Cast sand shards and vow of strength, cover with mystic regeneration. Pick a good target and jump in. Cast staggering force and Eremity's attack right after. Your positioning and target are incredibly important after you jump in. So reposition or pick a different target if needed before you use Eremity's. You always want to be attacking a target that has the most amount of foes adjacent to it. Do not attack targets on the edge of the ball. To solo the Tower of Courage, all you have to do is maintain Mystic Regeneration, Mirage Cloak, and in lesser extent Sand Shards and Staggering Force. Mirage Cloak will prevent the damage done to you considerably while also preventing knockdowns from Abyssals, who knock down on critical hit or with their hammer attacks. Staggering Force and Sand Shards will provide an extra 10 armor from your Windwalker insignia. Ball the Rangers and spike them together with the Abyssals. For the quest itself, make sure you are wielding a staff. While wielding a staff, shadow beasts won't use Spiteful Spirit nor will shadow mesmers use empathy on you. Once the gate opens, body block the doorway so that the enemies cannot attack Rastigan. Once again, keep your 4 enchantments up to tank them. Cast Ward, switch to Scythe and spike them down once they are balled. For camp, make sure you are wielding a staff again. Run up and pull the monk into the middle ranger. Keep your 4 enchantments up, use ward, switch to Scythe and spike it down. Take both quests from the NPCs afterwards. To solo a group of mesmers and monks in the forge, you have to use your enchantments in the right order. Use sand shards, vow of strength and mystic regeneration, then use mirage cloak and staggering force as cover enchantments. Run in with staff. The mesmers will strip your cover enchantments while you place ward down. Switch to scythe, recast staggering force and use eremites. Make sure your positioning and target are good and that they are balled up nicely, or this won't work. If necessary, you can easily ball them by aggroing and breaking them. To solo the top of forge, simply wield a staff and keep your 4 enchantments up. Run up, pop all 4 beasts and ball them on a couple of rangers. Place ward, switch to scythe and spike them down. Pay special care to mirage cloak. If your HP drops below about 80%, the beasts will start spamming Dark Pact on you. Defend is very basic. Yet again, keep your 4 enchantments up, use a staff and ball the mobs while having a wall to your right. This will keep the mobs in place once they get to low HP. Place ward, switch to scythe and spike them down. Repeat for next spawn. If possible, ball second spawn away from the corpses of first spawn so that the beasts don't use necrotic traversal. To kill the priest of Menzies, you first have to take care of the undead patrol to make room. Depending on the spawn, the undead patrol will have either an ice hand or an ether breaker. In the case of an ether breaker, you will have to use staggering force as a covering enchantment for mirage cloak. Use sand shards, mystic regeneration, vow of strength, mirage cloak and staggering force and jump in on the ice hand or ether breaker. Place ward down, potentially recast staggering force and spike them down. Only the ice hand or ether breaker has to die. You can leave the berserkers alive as they will result in a bigger spike when killing Menzies. Pull Menzies down the hill as shown. You want to have it aggroed without it being able to attack you. Use the exact spot at the rock to pull him all the way down. This will require some practice. If you accidentally pop the beast, make sure to switch to staff. Careful not to aggro the impaler pop in the middle of the hill, as this will activate the Dragon Lich patrol. Once you have it down, ball the Shadow Monk on it and spike it with ward. Grab the text and run it to the camp, killing the Shard Wolf on the way. There are two ways to do bridge. The safe way is to not cross the bridge more than 3/4 of the way. By doing this, the side groups won't activate and pull to the middle. Bow or wait for the Wailing Lords to aggro onto you and spike them down. The other way is to run in, activate the side groups and spike everything down. Make sure to pre-cast ward and all your enchantments, as the Ice Hands will cast Maelstrom on you. An easy way to pre-clear Tocway is by activating the beast spawns first. Break them afterwards so they ball up nicely. Depending on the composition of the groups, you will have to use cover enchantments. In the case of 2 monks, just cast sand shards, vow of strength and mystic regeneration, jump in on the closest target with a staff, cast ward, switch to scythe and spike them with staggering force and eremites. For each mesmer in the group you will have to use a cover enchantment. If it's one mesmer, use staggering force as a cover enchantment and recast it before spike. If it's 2 mesmers you will need to use both staggering force and mirage cloak as covering enchantments. Use mirage cloak as last covering enchantment so it gets stripped first. Shadow warriors will knock down on block so wait with casting until it's stripped.